No rain in the next contest, 7:25. It is the listed Achilles Stakes, sponsored by 188bet.co.uk, over 5 furlongs. And Haydock 7:25 looks like this. Final Venture 9-4 in the betting. Calang Rock is 5-2. Ornate is 4-1 into 7-2. It's 8-1 bar. One of Paul Midgley's at 2 is the favourite. Final Venture.
And the market leader, Final Venture, has already gone off to the start. He's gone a little ahead of the others. Witnessed Paul Midgley giving Oisin Murphy the leg up a few moments ago. Let's have a look at one or two of the others in this listed contest, the feature race at Haydock this evening. And we'll start off by taking a look at number 1, Can He Cool. Lightly raced, don't see much of him these days. Hasn't got an awful lot of form with cut in the ground either.
He hasn't. He was actually second on soft ground to Appleberry, who runs in our Phillies handicap. 7 furlong Phillies handicap later on soft ground at Hamilton a couple of years ago. But no, we've not seen him too much over the last 12 months or so. He's a stone wrong at the weights with a couple of these, or a stone or more wrong at the weights with a couple of these. He has been second in a listed race before a couple of seasons ago.
This is Final Venture, a shot of him a few moments ago before he went out. Big question really, of course, is will he handle underfoot conditions? Yeah,
that is a question for him. It has dried out and it's less of a concern, I would say, but he's got quite a quick action. I think he's quite a fluent moving horse. He hasn't last season he had a couple of runs on soft and heavy ground before his winning streak started, but no, he's developed into a real classy performer. A couple of big handicap wins out in Dubai for Paul Midgley over the winter months.
His stablemate is the globe-trotting Monsieur Joe, 10 years of age now. And it might just be that he's needed a couple of runs this season to put him spot on.
Maybe. There hasn't been much encouragement in them on the face of it. I think he was crowded out a little bit last time out in Ireland, but he was already on the retreat at the time, and he just hasn't gone with much zip on either of his 2 starts back. But it was the second half of last season when he really thrived.
Now this is Ornate. He's only got 1 career success to his name, but he has been second in the Abernant and he was 6th in the Palace House last time.
His ability is not in question at all to win at listed level. He's got more than enough ability. He's only rated a pound behind Final Venture on official ratings, £5 behind him on time form ratings, so a bit more to find there. But he's quick, he's talented, he's just a little bit quirky.
This is Rosie Breyer, who, according to Connections, found underfoot conditions too quick on her return at Ascot.
Yeah, and she looked promising last season, didn't she? Debut defeat, but shaped well, and then built on that with big jumps forward on her second and third starts, and ground was too quick. She also pulled very, very hard in the Ascot race, the Pavilion Stakes, and she's got softer ground to drop back to 5 furlongs tonight for her as well.
Now this is Swadalo, who's got something to find on official ratings, but will handle cut in the ground and has got course-winning form as well.
He has, yeah. He's got conditions in his favour to run right up to his best and maybe even resume the progress that he was making for much of last season when he was a very progressive handicapper. He took time to... He ran well early on last season, but he did progress with racing right the way through the year, and I think there's been an indication just that he's coming to the boil steadily this year. He does have plenty to find, doesn't he? He's only officially rated 95. That gives him £15 to find with Final Venture, £14 to find with Ornate, but he was a progressive horse generally and has been throughout his career so far.
And this is Glen Rowan Rose, who was progressive last year. Now there were excuses for her first run at Musselburgh. The chance went at the start. Fewer excuses at Bath last time.
There was nothing really encouraging about the Bath run at all. Like you say, she completely blew it at the start on reappearance. Just a little bit worrying as well. She had those 2 wins in May of last year, and we didn't really see her after only one more time last year, and then she may not have been the easiest to keep straight.
There's a quick look at Kylang Rock. I'll ask Martin Dixon for his thoughts on Kylang Rock in a moment, but Paul Midgley's double-handed in this race. He's obviously responsible for the market leader Final Venture, joint favourite now, and the globe-trotting Monsieur Joe, and he's kindly stopped over on his way across to see them run. Thanks for coming over, Paul. Let's talk about Final Venture first of all. How worried are you about the ground?
You'd have to be concerned, you would. For me, he's better on a sound surface. He has got form on slower ground, but that was when he was a lot lower in handicap,
So hoping that his class will carry him through today?
Hope so. One way to find out.
Yeah, we'll find out in a few moments, won't we? And what about the globe-trotting Monsieur Joe? Has he just needed a couple of runs to put him spot on this year?
Yeah, he's just been a bit slow to come to hand. He seems in good form now. He'll enjoy the ground, so if one doesn't, hopefully the other will.
Well, at least you can throw 2 darts at the ball, can't you?
Yeah, we're lucky that way.
Okay. So, if Final Venture handles the ground, the one to beat in your mind?
I think so. I think he's without no disrespect to any of the others, he's the best horse in the race. It's, for me, the only thing that can beat him's the ground, you know.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed. Best of luck with both of them. I'll let you get off and watch them.
Great. Thank you.
Cheers, Paul.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And there is Final Venture down at the start, 5-2 with Kailang Rock. And perhaps we can go back to number 7, Kailang Rock, because Martin Dixon has come back alongside me just to get your views on the James Tate train colt. Now, according to James, just reading a few of his quotes in the Racing Post this morning, he's really keen on this colt. He says he's progressive, he's strengthened up from 2 to 3.
He's certainly progressive, and he has trained on well on the evidence of the York run last time out. We've only seen him 8 times. He's won 3 times. So, unlike Ornate, he's got a good strike rate, and you've got no qualms about him in
Venture. Ready for the start, and they're off. The 188bet.co.uk Achilles Stakes, this listed prize over the 5 furlongs. Well away was Final Venture from stall number 2 to lead up early on from Swadalow and Ornate. Only a length away then to Monsieur Joe. Widest out than is Glen Rowan Rose. Tucked in behind is Rosie Briar. A further half back to Canny Cool, and then Kailang Rock. Up top now a share for the lead. Swadalow against the running rail maroon and white. With Final Venture a little deeper. Between them is Ornate in the red, white and blue. Further length and a half then back to the filly Rosie Briar. Monsieur Joe has been ridden along. Kailang Rock is now looking to spy the gap as they work on down towards the final furlong and a half. It's Final Venture with the lead. Just in behind Kailang Rock looking to pounce. Then Rosie Briar out wider from Ornate, and then Swadalow. Final Venture with the lead. Kailang Rock is the final one to press inside the final furlong. Final Venture and Kailang Rock to battle it out. Final Venture, Kailang Rock, they're going to hit the line. Close call. Final Venture and Kailang Rock, not much in it at the finish of the Achilles Stakes. We're back in third, Rosie Briar, and then Monsieur Joe.
The best race of the night in terms of quality, best finish so far as well. Judge Di Clark has officially called for the evidence of the camera to split the nose-banded Final Venture on the near side and Kailang Rock on the far side. She hasn't taken long to decide.
Number 2, Final Venture.
And Final Venture has won. He's overcome any concerns about underfoot conditions, and he's found plenty under pressure to see off Kailang Rock, who travelled to everything else he's won through much of the race, but hasn't quite managed to get past an ultra tough, ultra game Final Venture. Remember, it's only just over a year ago he was winning a Hamilton handicap off a mark of 69. Here he is in a listed race off a perch of 110, proving that against this company at least, Martin, he handles cutting the ground.
Yeah, it might be a Friday night in fading light, Stuart, but we've been dealt a cracker of a race here, haven't we, with the class act of the field and a winning machine in Final Venture, just edging out the progressive one in there in Kailang Rock, who's improved again, I think, pulling well clear of the rest of the field. Rosie Briar, listed winner last season, she's run right up to, and if not better than the form of that listed win, I would suspect, back in third position. She certainly got back on track after her reappearance. Ornate was the disappointment in there, but no, I think the two big guns, there were ground concerns, and he may not have handled it. So 2 of the big guns have fought it out, and I would say run right up to their best, and in the case of Kailang Rock, probably improved again.
But Kailang Rock has just found one too, maybe just a little bit too streetwise, too battle-hardened.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does love winning, I think.
Yeah.
Something comes to his quarters and he just picks up and finds again, and you can see why he's made that progress whilst winning all of the time, not just hitting the crossbar, finishing second, because he just really has that will to win, the good attitude that gets you places.
Yeah, really stuck his neck down in the closing stages. Final Venture, Kailang Rock got to him, thought inside the furlong he was going to go past, but Final Venture was having none of it under Achilles Murphy. and he's stuck on tenaciously to land this Achilles Stakes, and it's a 1-4 in the end for Paul Midgley as well, because old Monsieur Joe, who was hard at work before halfway, has found the old legs just picking up late on, and he's stayed on into 4th place, and maybe he's just starting a revival.
Yeah, it could be. It's certainly more encouraging than his last 2 runs, isn't it? So there's still life in him yet. The winner's just come past us, Stuart. He's a really sort of big, strong, powerful horse, isn't he? And you can see why he's just developing and improving all of the time. And Connections paid a lot for him at the autumn sales last year. I can't remember the exact amount, but he went through. I was sat there at the ring at the time, and it kept on clocking up. But he's paid them back and some, hasn't he? With those 2 wins in Dubai, and then a 3rd win for the yard tonight.
Yep, and that to go with his 4th place here in the Temple Stakes last time. And who's to say further success won't follow as the summer progresses. Final venture, an 8th career success, and he takes the Achilles Stakes.
Yeah, 3rd in 2017, 2 of them came in Maidan. He's a fast horse, but he's got the minerals too. And of course, let's not forget, well, Paul Midgley has taken him forward again. He did learn his craft with the late Alan Swinbank. 1.76, 3.7.